So I've been asked on occasion, does it really matter? You know, like it's just a few bucks. It's not such a big problem. Well, it actually does matter. Hey, stay tuned. My name is Frank Thomas, and we're going to talk about wealth strategies that are going to help you gain wealth and put away for the long run. So stay tuned and be sure to watch right to the end because I've got some cool stuff to tell you. So we're out walking today, just trying something different. To be honest with you, I'm waiting for a tripod to come in, so hopefully in the next video I'll have it. So I apologize for any shaky video today, but I really want to give this a crack. I enjoy walking quite a bit, and I thought, hey, why not put walking in with talking to you guys today. So the topic of today is, does it really matter? Like, I remember a rich relative one time when I was a young guy said to me, you know, penny saved is a penny earned. And I think to myself, come on, what's a penny gonna buy me? You know, who cares? Well, when you sit and think about it, if you had a pile of 100,000 pennies, that turns into $1,000. It's still $1,000, no matter how you slice it or dice it. But does it really matter? I really believe that there's a deeper mindset going on here that's really important to look at. Because I believe what's happening is we have this gratification monster, I like to call it, inside of us. Whereas this gratification monster needs to be happy, it needs to be satisfied. And satisfaction comes on payday. And I remember, you know, like every time when payday comes, you feel fulfilled. And even though after a number of years of working and that doesn't have really the same effect anymore, the gratification monster is still alive and well. Let me give you an example here. I was out of full-time work for about 3 months. I took a little bit of a sabbatical, decided to regroup, sort things out, and in those 3 months, no money was coming in. You know, we had a really healthy reservoir of money sitting in the bank, so we were reasonably safe financially, but we still had to get through those 3 months, and we still had living expenses. We didn't all of a sudden live in a box and live for free. Didn't happen that way. So we still had to pay all the bills. And an interesting thing happened. I found that after about 6 weeks or so, I started to feel uptight and antsy. And what it was the gratification monster hadn't been fed for a long time. You see, I pay us on a monthly basis from our business. So once a month, we have an injection of cash coming into our finances from our business, and life is good. You know, the gratification monster is satisfied. And I didn't really realize it, to be honest with you, in the beginning, what the problem was. And then month number 2 goes by. And about a week after month number 2, I'm feeling really antsy, really upset, really frustrated. And I'm trying to figure out, what is my problem? It's this darn gratification monster. It hasn't been fed for over 2 months now. And it made me realize, wow, this is a problem. So what does this have to do with the whole idea of a penny saved, a penny earned, penny saved, penny earned sort of idea? What has it got to do with that? This is what it has to do with that. Whenever we get paid, we have the desire to spend what we made. This is where the gratification monster comes into play. What happens basically is we get paid and we're like, woo, let's go party, baby. You know, and that's the problem. And that's the problem I want to hit today. You have to build a mindset that there's two of you at all times. There's today you, right now, talking, and there's tomorrow you. You would say, well, you know, I'm never tomorrow me, I'm today me all the time. And I'd say, I agree with you, but I also very much disagree with you. And here's why. You become tomorrow you all the time. Even throughout this video, throughout this walk we're doing together today. What's happening is, who I was a minute ago, is no longer me. But the future me a minute from now is now, and I am that person. I don't want to get any more philosophical than that. It's too much for me early in the morning. But anyhow, the point is, you have to always be thinking about future you. Now let's say I said to you, and I think this is really the most important point of the whole video, by the way. If I said to the future you, hey, let's say you saved $1 today. You decided not to spend it, and you decided to put it away. And let's say you were able to earn 15% on that money, okay? You think, oh, big stinking hairy deal, a few pennies here, a few pennies there. You gotta remember compound interest. That's the monster right there, that's the baby, that's what you wanna know about. Einstein even said one of the most incredible forces is compound interest. And he's right. You know, if you are earning, let's keep it really easy. If you're earning 7%, less than half of 15%, it'll take about 10 years for that $1 to turn into $2 if you're saving it at 7%. So at 15%, it'll have had a chance to double twice in that 7 years. So what would happen is that $1 wouldn't be worth $2 or $3, it'd be worth $4. Now let's say you saved $1,000 and you tucked it away for 7 years at 15%. After 7 years, the $1,000 is now $4,000. So essentially, going out and spending that money on that expensive and exotic toy, even if you used it, but you didn't really need it, has cost you not $1,000, but $4,000 in future you. And it gets worse because it truly gets worse, because what happens is every time we get paid, we have that unique opportunity to put some of that capital away. Whether it's $100, $1,000, doesn't matter. We get to put it away. And it's like the universe conspires with us when we decide to save. And the universe will conspire against us when we decide to spend. And I'm dead serious. I've lived almost 60 years, and I can tell you this is true. Now, you decide to save, and the whole universe conspires to help you save. And you're trying really hard to save $1,000, okay? You save $1,000. Then you're like, the next goal is $10,000. I want to save $10,000 towards my future me. And you save $10,000. And you think, wouldn't it be cool to save $100,000? Now it's getting a little serious. It's not $1 million, but wait, it's coming. It's coming, I promise you. You save $100,000. You say, Frank, how am I going to save $100,000? That'll take me forever. If you train your present you to have restraint and to say, you know something? I'm saving this for my future me, because this dollar is going to be in 7 years worth $4. I could go buy that $1,000 iPhone if I wanted to in 7 years, and I'd still have $3,000 sitting in the bank account. Think of it that way. It's not the best way to think about it, but it is a way to think about it. Think about it that way. Think about what you're stealing from your future you by spending today. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of an exercise of cleanup around my office, realizing even to this day how much stuff I buy that I never use or I barely use. I think, oh, this would be a great idea. And I purchase it, whether it be $50 or $500. It doesn't matter. And then later I'm like, yeah, I didn't really need that. Now that I have it, I don't really use it. How much stuff in your life is like that? And it clutters your life. That's a whole different topic. I'm not touching that one today. But I want you to think, before we finish up here today, I want you to think about the fact that penny saved is a penny earned. Okay? $1 saved is $1 earned. And if you start to change your mindset and start to think about saving, you think, oh, well, that's so boring. I want satisfaction today. That's the gratification monster talking to you. Think about what you could do in life. Let me put a what if into your mind. What if you saved $1 million? And what if you saved that $1 million in under 10 years? What if? It's very possible. I saved over $100,000 in a year, and I didn't have anything special happen. I just decided to tell the gratification monster to relax, dude, relax. This will be better tomorrow. And all of a sudden, a year, I think it was about 14 months later, I looked at my account and I had cracked $100,000. And I went, this is crazy. This is crazy. This investment account is earning me $600-700 in interest in return dividends every month. So if I would have spent that money, I wouldn't be getting these free $600-700 a month. Something to look at. Okay. And it only took me a year or so, and it could take you only a year or so. It's very possible. Remember, if there's any one thing you take away today, the universe will conspire to help you out if you decide to save. Okay, so let's say you've saved $1 million. You have worked hard, you've diligently put away, and now you got $1 million in the bank. It is possible. I'm seeing lots of YouTubers whom few of I've met, and I've heard the same story over and over again. Every day, I decided to save and not spend. I decided to tell the gratification monster to relax. Max relax, baby. And what happened was, over the course of that time, I saved $1 million. Some did it in 5 years, some 10, some 20. It doesn't matter. What matters is they did it. You're gonna hopefully live that 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or 50 years or 70 years or whatever it is. But you got it done, and that's what's important. Now here's the cool thing. Let's say you got a 10% return on that investment. Just 10%. What would that mean? That would mean that investment, if you didn't want to deplete the capital, you wanted to always preserve the capital, highly important, and you don't want to deplete it, at 10%, you can safely take out $100,000 a year. Now here's the big point of this whole video. It's $100,000 you didn't have to break your back to go get. You didn't have to jump into your car or your truck, drive to work, fight traffic, deal with people who don't like to work with. I'm very fortunate. I actually enjoy the people I work with. But and consume your day when you would have been rather went golfing or bowling or enjoyed the day with your spouse or your kids or something else. That's the difference. That's the difference in waiting in your present you for your future you. So hope this helps you out. Remember, a penny earned is a penny saved. It's an important philosophy to grab a hold of and to really take to heart. Really important. And think about your future you. Don't steal from your future you. Make it so your future you says to your present you, well done, dude. Well done. Because you will become your future you. There's no doubt about it. Frank Thomas here. Make sure you watch out for my future book coming out. Believe it or not, I've written so much stuff about wealth creation that I've written a book, and it's going to be coming out here within the next month or so. So keep your eyes open. I'll give you more details as time comes on. And once the book is released, I'll make sure I put a link in the show notes for you, and you can go check it out yourself. Easy strategies to collect wealth. It's Frank Thomas here, and I hope you have yourself an awesome day. And start collecting wealth, baby. Start collecting wealth.